So I want to go back, if I can now, to Phil Rucker, because Phil, obviously, having written 2 books about it, having covered him, you know Donald Trump very well. And the last answers that she gave, that she was concerned about her safety, reminded me of the very first thing she talked about when she came back for redirect, because she was asked about a friend of hers who had given her advice. And what was that advice? And she said, his friends in the military use the term, get high, stay high. In other words, and this is a quote from Stormy Daniels, something won't happen to you if everyone is looking at you. That, in other words, somehow her being even more in the public eye than she ever was before is a kind of safety for her. And they also just read Exhibit 408B. And this is a Truth Social post by Donald Trump. It says, if you go after me, I'm coming after you. Hoffinger asks, who was Mr. Trump directing this to at this time? Daniels, I wasn't sure, but I thought it was me. And goes on to ask, you had nothing to do with the charges in this case initially, did you? I did not. But it does bring up a point that really is central to what's happening inside this courtroom, including the gag order, the fear that many people who Donald Trump has turned against fear for themselves because of things that they have seen happen, whether it's verbal or all the way going to, what happened at the Capitol.
Yeah, Chris, this is all about the power of intimidation, which has been a central theme for Donald Trump for many, many years now, in how he tries to combat his adversaries, real or perceived. He uses every power in his toolkit, which includes his social media army. It includes his millions of supporters in sort of the MAGA movement out there in America, to sick them against anybody that he perceives as a threat. And that threat right now is Stormy Daniels, because she's, in there in the courtroom with him as part of this criminal trial. But that threat could be any number of other people in the past. And we've seen him use this power to intimidate against other women who've come forward with accusations of sexual harassment or assault. We've seen him do this about political adversaries, about members of Congress, about prosecutors, about judges. It's one of the reasons why this particular judge has been so adamant about the violations of the gag order, but it's central to Trump's playbook to try to use the power of his political standing and the power that he has in terms of the support for millions of people in the country and the kind of social media trolls that he has at his disposal to intimidate people from speaking the truth.
And we have just seen from the court that Hoffinger, the prosecutor, has said nothing further. Necklich is back for recross at around 12:19, just minutes ago. But before she finished with her, the Hoffinger said, you asked, Necklich, the defense lawyer, asked you about making a whole lot of money by telling lies about Donald Trump. Are you telling lies about Trump or the truth? Daniel says, truth. Daniel says, I've had to move a couple of times. I lost the judgment on my attorney's fees because the case was thrown out, referring to a California case. Hoffinger says, on balance, has telling the truth about Trump been net positive or net negative for your life? There's an objection, which Judge Mershon overrules. Daniels answers negative.